A state senator from the state of Washington chimed in on policy in regard to nurses and whether or not they should be given uninterrupted breaks during their shifts. Now, currently, if they're needed during their break, they have to end their break and go tend to a patient or do what they're asked to do. And so here is Republican State Senator Maureen Walsh making the case against this legislation. Take a look.
I have a critical access hospital in my district. This is not workable for it. Do you have a critical access hospital in your district? This does not apply to them. They may have 6 patients in that hospital. I'm in an underserved area, and all we're doing is making it more difficult to be served. I understand helping with employees and making sure that we have rest breaks and things like that. But I also understand that we need to care for patients first and foremost. And by putting these types of mandates on a critical access hospital that literally serves a handful of individuals, I would submit to you, those nurses probably do get breaks. They probably play cards for a considerable amount of the day. But the reality is this bill does not apply to critical access hospitals.
So look, if she talked about the smaller hospitals, she could have a perfectly fine point,
right?
And that's a good, healthy debate. But they can't help themselves. They have this lack of respect for the working class, and it comes through in almost everything they say. Everything that the middle class does is try to cheat, being lazy, being profligate, being spending too much. All these negative things attached to the middle class. When it comes to the rich, oh my God, they are the hard workers. They are the job creators, and all this wonderful stuff that they talk about in the rich. So it's just. It's gross to see.
Yeah, it's more than anything, it was her delivery and how dismissive she was of how hard nurses work. And so if you're making a case about smaller hospitals or hospitals in rural areas where there isn't as much activity, there aren't as many patients, and nurses aren't as busy, you can make that argument calmly without appearing to minimize the hard work of nurses everywhere. Because the way that comes off is, oh, nurses are sitting around playing cards all day. When in reality, I mean, most people spend more time with their nurse or the nurses at a hospital as opposed to the doctor who will come in and see them for a few minutes and then move on to the next patient. Now it depends. It depends on where you live and the hospital you go to, but don't minimize it and try to make your argument in a way that doesn't make it appear that you're minimizing how hard nurses work.
Just please stop having disdain for the working class. It's frustrating and infuriating.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.